Good morning, everyone. This morning, I want to talk about the misconceptions of spiritual protection. Now, I think in the New Age or in traditional religions, most people think that spiritual protection means saying a prayer or putting up a golden bubble or having a crystal or even an amulet that they carry with them. But a lot of people do not realize that these things do not have power if within one's mindset they are not focused on love, wisdom, and power. Right? So love, wisdom, and power are three qualities that we must have within our hearts, within our minds, on a balanced manner. Now, if these three qualities are not balanced, so for example, we have lots of love and we may be feeling powerful, but we lack wisdom. So maybe we are quite foolish or naive spiritually. Do you know that your protective grid, the golden bubble that you ask for, that you visualize, is not going to stay there, it's not going to work? Do you know that it will be torn down and you have holes in your protective grid? It's not going to be able to support you. Now, if we look at it the other way, what if you have power and you may be very intelligent, maybe you have a lot of wisdom, but you do not have unconditional love? And you don't know how to express unconditional love, or the qualities of love is so unfamiliar to you. You have these two other qualities. Your protective grid is not going to work either. All right. So, when we talk about psychic self-defense or when we're talking about spiritual protection, lots of people often think that they know what it is. So when I start promoting and I talk about psychic self-defense and that I have an upcoming workshop, the default answer they would give me is, I've learned it already. And when they eventually need further help and then they join the class, they realize that, gosh, I did not realize that psychic self-defense is like this. I thought that psychic self-defense is just imagining or visualizing my golden bubble and that's all, right? There is more to it than that. Now, understand that in psychic self-defense, you need to develop yourself emotionally, you need to develop yourself mentally, you need to have the qualities of wisdom, unconditional love, as well as power, to make sure that all of these three qualities are working in a balanced way and working in a spiritual way, psychological way, emotional way, and physical way effectively for you. If any one of these qualities are off balance, you will find that the protective grid that you thought that you have will fail you. All right. And so in psychic self-defense, it is so important to be able to understand these things in its full spectrum, so to speak, so that you can empower yourself. And in psychic self-defense, one of the key things to understand is that our emotional body plays such a big role in whether our protective grid is going to stay on or not, or is it going to be torn down, or is it going to be broken. Now, a lot of people ask or pray for protection, and if they come from a position of fear, fearfully praying for protection, do you know that your protective grid cannot grow, it cannot empower you, it cannot form a strong, powerful grid for you? Because you have fear within you. All right, so there's so many misconceptions about what psychic self-defense is, and I want to bust them all. I want to really empower people to understand that there is more to it than that, than just visualizing, than just saying a prayer, than just using a crystal or wearing an amulet. All of that is not enough. Now, if we believe that the crystal or the amulet is stronger and is strong enough to protect us, then we are actually dwelling in superstition. We're not really dwelling with, or understanding the power within us. We do not fully understand how we have the capacity to truly empower ourselves and protect ourselves. Right? So there are so many levels of psychic attacks that we get from our surroundings, from people we know, from people we don't know, from people on social media. Do you know what kind of protective grid, or how do you protect yourself from all of these different levels of attacks? Right? So deeper study is truly required. Now, if you want more information about this, you're curious to know how this, taking your learning further can help you, can empower you, drop me a private message or comment below, and I'll be happy to address any of your concerns about psychic self-defense and spiritual protection. Have a wonderful day. Namaste, and God bless you.